Hello, welcome back, Box1 here. Apologize if it's blurry, it will get better when we get up close, but today we'll be reviewing this set from 2023. This is the Spider Tank from Mandalorian, I believe, Season 3, and it is actually a pretty cool set. It has 3 minifigures, Grogu, what is this lady's name? Bo-Katan Kryze, and the Mandalorian. So, let's get into the figures with Grogu first. The first figure is, of course, Grogu, as I said. I don't know why it's blurry like that. It should. There we go. But he's just the common Grogu. You've seen him 1,000 times. He's in a ton of sets. 4+ sets, all the way up to, like, UCS sets. So, pretty common figure there. Next up, we have the Mandalorian, of course, also known as Din Djarin. And he looks pretty good in this one. I'll try and focus that again to see. Yeah, there we go. And you can see very reflective with that armor there, which looks really good. He has the Darksaber in this set, which, I mean, I've seen better, but it's nice that they gave us the Darksaber finally, an official one. And then he also has a blaster, of course, and arm printing in this set. He comes with his gunmetal grade jetpack and does have some printing underneath that, which I will show. And then he comes with this printed helmet, which is quite different. It looks nice. And he has his face, of course, one-sided, and he looks pretty cool. So I'm going to take his jetpack off, and I'll show you what he looks like underneath. And it's just a pretty common armor print. Well, not common, but you know what I mean. Pretty simple armor print with some nice little straps and stuff. But yeah, pretty cool figure that I've just decapitated. Next, and finally, we have Bo-Katan Kryze. Probably her best version ever in this set, and she has that very nice armor print, of course. On the front, she has arm printing, and then she has that nice helmet in that, like, I don't know if it's medium azure, but something like that. Not medium azure, it's definitely not. I don't know what this color's called. It's like an interesting blue color, but she does have a print face, which means she does have hair, and it is actually a custom molded hair for this set only, I believe, which is really cool, and I'll put that on her. I'll try and do it just right here. And yeah, it looks really good. Probably the best version of Bo-Katan that we've ever gotten. She, of course, has her dual pistols, and I will take off her jetpack to show you what's underneath. And that's what it looks like underneath. Pretty simple. Again, just an armor print. And, yeah, that's basically it. But she does have a different face that I didn't show earlier. It's more angry face. So, pretty cool. Moving on from the figures. And getting into the set, you can just see how amazing it looks. Just right off the bat, when I first got it, I didn't expect it to be this big. It is ginormous, actually. On the box, it doesn't really look like super massive or anything, but in person, it's crazy big. And it is pretty cool looking as well. It has a lot of greebling and, or whatever you call that, like small little details. Very Technic heavy, though. That's something I didn't expect. Which kind of makes sense since it's like a robot or whatever. But you can see those legs are all attached with Technic stuff. And they actually have a really cool mechanism in there with this this more rubbery Technic thing, which allows it to basically have suspension. As you can see, like that. And, oops. You can kind of knock those off by accident, but they usually stay on. As I say. But, yeah. It has suspension, basically, in its legs, which is really, really cool. So you get 6 of those rubber Technic axle pieces, which are really nice to get. And I'll show you that leg design again. Pretty interesting. And they just connect there with some pins, or, sorry, axles in there. These claws are also kind of cool. They're on those, like, ratchet joints, I guess you could call them. Those big ones. And they have the ball joint at the front. These can open up on hinges and closed. They're very nice little claws. They're the same on each side. So, pretty cool there. We can move around to the back, which doesn't really have much. Just some little details. I'll show you a quick 360 of the thing. Try and keep it on the screen, goodness. But yeah, it has some nice little details like these, which I don't know if they're supposed to be like cameras or what they're supposed to be, but they exist. The head, before we get to the body, like the top, I'll tell you what that does, but It has these not pneumatic hoses, but maybe they are, but these hose pieces, and that really just gives it some great detail. It has these like mandibles at the front, as well as that one big eye, as well as that smaller little eye under there. And yeah, it's just pretty simple. It also has these pieces, which I kind of really need for a Lego set. So, you'll see that in the Wednesday quick review. But yeah, we have this at the top. It actually opens up, and unlike in the show, it doesn't have a little creature guy that sits in there, but instead it just has a little interior there. Not much to speak of, but it exists. What I do use it for is like storage of these two, because it can fit. And then it also has these stud shooters, which are stud shooters for sure. I think that landed, I don't know where that landed. Anyway, but yeah, it can then close up pretty well, and it looks great. I really like this. Only thing is, you can kind of see a bit of tan, but even then, it just gives a bit of a little color contrast to this set, and this set looks really good. Oh, well, you couldn't see it if you did that. Anyway, yeah, my opinion. Let's get into that. My opinion is that this is an absolutely great set. The minifigures in this set are really good. I actually think they're basically perfect. Maybe if Din Djarin had a hairpiece, that's the only thing I could really say about him. But yeah, I really like this. I like the build. The only thing I don't like is that they didn't include that little creature that goes inside there, but I'm guessing they were using like preliminary or like kind of behind the scenes photos, and they didn't really have access to that there was a little guy inside of there. But yeah, it's cool. You can actually put a guy inside of there since it opens up like that. And I really like this set. I think it looks great. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed. I shall see you next time, where we will be reviewing the 2019 TIE Fighter, I believe. So yeah, I shall see you then. Goodbye.